Crying emojis in the chat. Oh my lord, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with a follow-up video. Actually, now normally in the morning I like to do a commentary style video where I take a look at DSP's daily rap video from the night before and I provide some commentary. But that was super boring, so I decided, you know what? It's best to do a follow-up to a video I posted yesterday that's getting massive traction. It's apparently the latest and greatest in the Snortex, where apparently DSP is apparently simping. Yes, he's simping and stalking, pretty much stalking, a 34-year-old female YouTuber by the name of Early Bird. Now, we got wind of this yesterday on Twitter after DSP on Monday, I believe it was the 25th, where he actually put a challenge out to detractors. And well, let's step back. He was actually speaking about donating to content creators. And he was saying, don't be a freeloader. You should donate to content creators. Speaking of himself. Then he said, he donates because someone did ask him to say, do you ever donate to someone? Are you being a hypocrite? And of course, Phil decided he wanted to, let the cat out the bag. And yes, he did say, yes, I do donate to specific YouTubers. And you're never going to find out who it is. It's none of your business. So, of course, it's the internet. So what is DSP going to do when he has so many haters? He's going to put a challenge out there to the trolls. And the trolls and detractors went out there in full effect and did some research like they always do. And they found out quite a bit of interesting news. So real quick, let's just recap. And then I actually have two new items that I want to list for this arc, this saga. So again, let's talk about this. I'm calling this arc Soulmate 4. The search for a younger dishwasher. Yep, that's the name of the saga. And let me go through exactly what happened. So initially what happened, like I mentioned, DSP posted that video and put a challenge out there to detractors, which of course detractors and trolls said, sure thing, Mr. Phillip. And they found some information. So initially yesterday what happened was it was exposed that Phil apparently was following and simping a 34-year-old female YouTuber who doesn't stream. She actually just makes videos. And from what I gather, she makes really good content. She gets way more views and more follows than Phil. Definitely 100%, right? And it was also confirmed that DSP was following the YouTuber on Twitter. Now, I have some images here where we went in there and we captured the images. So the first image here is actually of what you're going to see who DSP is following. That's a little hard to see. Let me shrink this up a little bit. So the first image that I captured here was DSP was actually following this YouTuber on Twitter. Early Bird as well was following Phil on YouTube for some reason, right? I don't know why. So my guess is that Phil tried to messenger, couldn't messenger because she probably has her DM set to only like subscribers or whatever. So Phil probably reached out and said, hey, I'd like to talk with you. And that's why she followed and she never unfollowed, right? So I think that's what happened, right? So those were the first images, right? And that's what happened yesterday. And we did confirm that. And then the YouTuber did actually confirm. She did confirm. So of course, detractors decided to go to her videos. They started posting comments. They found her Discord. Here's an actual post here from the Discord where people were asking her questions. And she did confirm that Phil did slide into the DMs. That's right, he did. Now, of course, we weren't sure. We didn't know that. But throughout the day, doing more research and more stuff coming out, we found out that, yep, Phil actually did slide into the DMs. Now, she's on Twitter and Discord talking. By the way, she seems like a very nice person. I had a nice conversation with her because she wanted to put it out there that she has no involvement with DSP. And she seemed very nice and everything. And again, don't bug her, don't leave her alone. She's taking all of this in fun and in jest. So she's doing a great job. So, if you want to give her a sub or whatever, check out her videos. She seems like a very nice person. Okay. None of this besmirches her at all. Okay, let's just state that. This is all DSP creeping and simping for a woman that's not his wife. Okay, let's just put that out there. And this is a huge thing because, of course, Phil is a prude, and he likes to look down on people, and he likes to tell everyone, he seems to be the moral arbiter of YouTube and loves to tell everyone how a successful marriage should be. And if you're married, you shouldn't be looking at boobies in a video game. That's disrespectful and disgusting, right? But then you have this 43-year-old man simping for someone that's a decade younger, even younger than his wife, on streams, giving her money. And again, this is Phil. This is the man who has no money, who begs like a crackhead, whose toilet still hasn't been fixed or bathroom is in shambles, whose house is a wreck, who can't afford to take his wife on a honeymoon, who can't even take her to the goddamn zoo, and all he does is have enough money for DoorDash and WWE champions, all right? Okay. And the fact that he acts as the moral authority when it comes to marriages, right? So let's just put a pin there, okay? So the YouTuber did confirm that Phil did slide into the DMs. Way to go, Phil. And we know Phil has a history of this. He slid in the Pandalese DMs. He slid in the Cat's DMs. He slid in the Becky Boops DMs. And now he slid into Early Bird DMs. Oh my lord. It's so amazing and exciting. The fourth thing that we found out was that Phil had his dent. So he went onto his Discord and called all the mods and said, fool alert, everyone. I need every mod to come out. And we need to start banning anyone who mentioned the girl, coffee, early bird, eagle, worm. If anyone said those things in Phil's comments and on his streams, they were automatically banned. No ifs, ands, or but. And Phil, I think, Kino Casino did confirm that Phil banned like over 300 people on Kick yesterday, and God knows how many people they banned on YouTube. Because everyone was out in full force. They wanted to know what the fuck was Phil doing and why is he simping for some woman. Why is he in some stranger that's not his wife? Why is he sliding in her DMs? And worst of all, why is Phil giving her money? A man who's broke and poor, can't afford, to do anything. So Phil claims. Why is he giving anyone money? So anyway, all right. The fifth thing was after the heat, DSP then unfollowed her. So if you go to Twitter, by the way, if you go to Twitter, I posted this yesterday on Twitter. If you go to her Twitter, you go to Phil's Twitter. You don't even have to go to Phil's Twitter. I posted it, right? So initially, what happened here was Early Bird decided to unfollow. So this is the DM where I made to let everyone, I posted out there that they were both following each other. And then there was an update, of course. Early Bird initially first unfollowed DSP. That's what happened. So I guess, she, from what she said, and we can look at her tweet actually. Let's look at her tweet. She was posting yesterday, and she was letting everyone know that she didn't know anything about Phil. That she kind of thought that when she got the full skinny on Phil and who he was, she was kind of disgusted. She wanted to put it out there that she did not initiate the contact with Phil. It was Phil that was simping for her. She did confirm that yes, it was Phil. That was in her DMs. Yep, she confirmed all that. She also did confirm that the amount was from Phil, so that coffee that he bought her was from Phil. Let's see what else. There was some other stuff that I had posted here about this situation. I'm trying to see. So WPIG, big ups to Alt. He did post the screenshot on her Discord where she did admit that Phil was up in the DMs. And hold on a second. I'm just trying to find that post. Where is it? I think it wasn't in my replies. I think it was in my regular messages in my post. So let's see here. Clown mode. Let's see. It's getting very interesting. Oh, okay. What I'm trying to find is the post where I posted where both of them unfollowed each other. So Early Bird unfollowed Phil and of course was making fun of Phil on Twitter. And then I guess he got wind that the girl he was simping for, Phil went actually into his whatchamacallit. That's right, he went into his own YouTube while he was streaming, right? And of course, this is the typical behavior you find in people who try to cover their tracks. Phil was trying to cover his tracks, like most weezos do. He tried to cover his tracks, and what did he do? Lo and behold, he went in and he unfollowed her. That's right, he unfollowed poor early bird. She's no longer followed. But of course, Phil, why didn't you unfollow her before? Why were you following her? Why was the only reason you unfollowed her was because, you know, people started highlighting and bringing this issue up. It's just so interesting. I find all this very interesting. So that's everything that would happen last night. So today, by the way, I was doing some research for my show, for my podcast, and I found something very interesting, which I'm still kind of confirming because I need the raw Phil stream. I need raw Phil to confirm for me. So I was looking for the clip of DSP where he had talked about, you know, you should be a freeloader. You should give your favorite content creator money. And then someone questioned him, called him out and said, do you give anyone money? Right? And Phil, of course, started talking about, yes, I do give money. I have certain content creators that I support. And you're not going to know any of this. It's none of your business, right? And of course, that was the call to tell detractors, all right, boys, go find that information. And that's what they did. They went out and found it, right? So I decided, you know what? I want to find that clip of Phil talking about, you know, that specific clip. And I couldn't find it anywhere. I went to PigPigGo, couldn't find it. And lo and behold, this is what I did find. I was able to narrow down to the podcast Phil was talking about this, right? And I found the video. That's right. This is straight from his channel. This is straight from Phil's channel, right? The timestamp is 1 hour 17 mark. This is where he's talking about supporting content creators. And this is what Phil does. Watch this. Again, he's covering his tracks. Ready? Let's go.
So I alienate people who just particularly can't contribute that day. I know that I have an audience that is great and supports me time and time again, you know, no matter what happens through thick and thin, but they can't do it every single day. Not every one of you can be on every stream to contribute every day. I get that. You're normal people. Right? We're not all rich oil barons. We're not Saudis who can afford this kind of stuff every day. You know, every once in a while, it's nice to go by and support someone whose content you like. You know, I get that. So I don't know, you know, it would have to be an event that's maybe set up purposefully for that so everyone knows about it and stuff.
Right there. Do you see that right there? I'm going to rewind it. It was a very subtle thing. It was very subtle. Very subtle. But if you watch it really quickly, look, pay attention. Pay attention. Wait.
That also might alienate people who just...
There you go. Okay, ready? All right, I'm gonna go to that little clip. I want you to pay close attention, right? Notice how the flow is just gonna break up.
Maybe set up purposefully for that so everyone knows about it and stuff.
Right there, the jump cut. That's right. DSP decided to remove that portion from his podcast where he mentions that he does support other content creators and he wasn't going to tell anyone about it. So I don't know when he did that. I'm not sure exactly when, but it's no longer there. So he actually purposely went, a man that doesn't edit shit, went out there to cover his tracks and edited that video. So find that very interesting. I reached out to Raw Phil because Raw Phil does have the podcast. He has it unlisted, so I'm waiting to get that information so that I can confirm. But I'm pretty positive here that Phil decided to hide this. So yeah, it should be good. Anyway, folks, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.